This bread is whole grain bread. Bread is also a carb and is a good source of fiber. It's good for quick energy, and if you put some peanut butter on it, it makes a great meal. I probably eat about 2 to 3 pieces every day. Too much can cause weight gain. Skim milk has less calories and less fat than other milks. Some complain that it's just white water, but it cuts down on the fat calories. It's a good source of calcium, and I probably have around 2 to 3 servings every day. Water is very important in our everyday diet. Most of our body is made up of it, and it allows for our bodies to do what they need to. Too much can harm the body, but not enough can also harm it. I buy it just in case I don't have time to fill up my water bottle, and I like having water with me at all times. Popcorn isn't entirely bad, but it is high in sodium. This particular kind has more polyunsaturated and monounsaturated than saturated fats. I probably have this once a week, if not every 2 weeks. It's great for movies and great for sharing. Almonds are a great source of protein and healthy fats. I try to get the kind with the least amount of salt because I get enough salt in other ways. I eat a handful every couple of days or so. Frosted mini wheats are a good source of fiber. They're a great breakfast cereal. They're low in fat, but the frosting adds some unnecessary sugar. But if it wasn't there, I'd probably have to add some sugar on my own. I have it for breakfast a few times a week, also as a little snack. Honey Nut Cheerios are also a great morning breakfast cereal. It's a good source of iron and calcium. It's low in fat and is made of whole grains and is said to reduce cholesterol and the risk of heart disease. It is sweetened with some honey, but there is some other sugar added. I have it a few times a week, and I also have it as a snack. Fiber One bars are a good source of fiber. It's also a good snack. It has about half of the fat from saturated fat, though. It does have about 10 grams of sugar, but it is a decent snack that fills you up. I have it probably 4 to 5 times a week. It's made of whole oats and also has some calcium and iron. Nature Valley bars are my favorite snack. The oats and dark chocolate and the peanut butter ones are my favorite, and they have whole grains. About 6 grams of fat, but only a little bit is saturated. It does have some fiber and protein, and I have this every once in a while. Oatmeal is said to reduce cholesterol. It is low in saturated fat and has some dried apples. It provides fiber and is a great way to start off your morning. It is said to help reduce heart disease and provides 25% of the daily value of vitamin A, and it is also a good source of iron. I have this usually a few times a week. Campbell's Chicken Noodle Soup. Soup. Low in calories but high in sodium. It's not high in fat, and overall I don't think it's a bad choice as long as you don't have a lot of other high sodium foods that day. Nothing's better than a big bowl of soup that has 2 servings in it with almost 1,780 milligrams of sodium. Velveeta shells and cheese. It's a good source of carbs, but not high in fat. There is some protein, but it is not a good source of fiber. It is high in sodium, but I only eat it if I'm in a hurry or can't make it to the calf. Kraft mac and cheese, yes, I get both, has less sodium than Velveeta, but it still tastes good. It has about 10 grams of protein and is a good source of carbs. It has some iron, and I eat this when I am in a hurry, and depending on what is on sale, I determine which one I get, either Velveeta or Kraft mac and cheese. Applesauce is only about 100 calories per serving. It is low in sodium and low in fat, and also low in fiber. It has some carbs and is high in sugar, but because it's high in sugar, we know that it is both natural and with the added corn syrup. It's a good source of vitamin C, though. Ben's Ready Rice only has 2.5 grams of fat, which is about 1/8 of the calories. Most fat is good fat with no saturated fat. It has a lot of sodium, though, and has about 25% daily value of thiamine, niacin, and folate. This is usually a meal for me. It's easy and cheap. It also is warm and is not a peanut butter sandwich. Tuna is a great source of protein. I prefer tuna in water because the oil gives it a taste that I don't really like. I do like that they say it protects dolphins and is a good source of omega-3s. It's not too high in sodium and is a good, healthy source of protein. During Lent, I eat tuna at least once a week, usually though I have it a couple times a month. Peanut butter is also one of my go-to meals. Recently I tried the natural Jif. I only eat Jif, not Skippy, not Peter Pan. It's a good source of protein. It contains real peanuts, sugar, and palm oil, with a little salt and molasses. It's high in fat, but most of it is the basically good fats, the unsaturated ones. I eat this a lot because peanut butter sandwiches are the skipped lunch to nap, and now I need lunch meal. Pickles. I love pickles. They're high in sodium though, and basically just a cucumber soaked in vinegar. But they are very good, and my dad swears that they help keep your immune system going. Whatever gets my parents to buy them works for me. Marshmallows are the ultimate snack. They're fat-free and pure sugar. There is really no other reason to eat them except that I love them. But I am picky because I love Jet Puffed. Plus, the minis are fun to eat, and sometimes there are even different colors, different shapes, and even some special flavors during the holidays. Chocolate pudding is a good source of calcium, and it's made with real milk. There is some saturated fat, but it is a great snack when you dip pretzels into it. Hershey's chocolate is very necessary, by the way. I usually buy the bar with almonds, which gives me some omega-3s and some protein. Plus, they say the more chocolate you eat, the more likely you are to eat a bug and not know it. Bonus protein. There is a lot of saturated fat, though, and it is high in sugar and is not a good source of fiber or carbs. Cheez-Its are my weakness. They are a good source of carbs. Most of the fat is monounsaturated and polyunsaturated. It has a moderate amount of sodium, and it is not a good source of fiber, sugar, or protein. I usually eat it rarely because it's a treat, unless it's on sale. Whales are a great alternative to Cheez-Its. Most of the fat is poly and monounsaturated. It is a carb, but it is not great for you because it has some sodium and it isn't a good source of fiber or protein. When you eat them, though, they almost taste like they have excess salt, so sometimes that makes me a little worried, but it's not too bad. Tea is a good and natural source of caffeine when it's made with real black tea. This tea is fat-free, and depending on the flavor, the sugar content may differ. Also, it's a good source of potassium, and the market carries it in raspberry, unsweetened, and sweetened. Apple cider is a great source of sugar. It's the main ingredient. It is fat-free though, and is a great source of vitamin C. Pretzels are a good source of carbs, and there is some sodium and protein. It's a good iron source, but not high in fat, and it's a quick and easy snack. Apples are a good source of natural sugars. It has some fiber and is a great snack. It contains good carbs, and is a great choice to add to a meal. I don't eat far enough of them. Bananas have some sugar, they are low in fat, and there is some fiber. It's a good source of potassium and vitamin C. It's low in sodium, and yet I still don't eat enough of them.